right, so what we got today is the homie Daniel hit me up out of nowhere and asked if I can come down and help him pull out a motor out of what he has. Multiple GS's, he has a bunch of Lexuses, and they're all super clean, but he has a Lexus with the Supra motor, excuse me. So I guess he wants to pull it out to not only work on it, but to do some upgrades, because I guess he's gonna be pulling a lot of power out of it. So as always, let's see what he's talking about. Yo!
Man, these cars are crazy. Did you see that?
All right, we down here. Here's one of his cars. Here's one of his cars right here. You remember this one? So you see, look how clean that is. But you remember seeing that car from Toyota Fest. Had his car on the show. So this is the one that he's working on. He said he already dropped the transmission, and now he's taking care of the drive shaft, but this one. Already got his canopy up, you know what I'm saying? Trying to stay cool out here in this California weather. And yeah, that's what it's looking like. You know what I'm saying? You already see that turbo, baby? Yeah, so he got some big plans with this, so let's get it in. All right, so now we're at the point to where it's time to remove the engine. So we made sure that the drive shaft was disconnected underneath the car, and we kind of just go, you know, do a little 1-2 over, making sure everything is cleared. All the wire harnesses are disconnected, all the hoses are disconnected, so it can come out smoothly. As you see me right here, it's not the fact that I'm struggling to pull it out because it's heavy. There's a couple little factors going on. So as I check, because something is holding it in, something is making it not move. So as I double check, got to kind of make sure, you know, like I said, some of the wire harnesses and loose stuff is on top of the motor, so everything can come out smoothly, because you don't want to rip any harnesses. You don't want to damage anything by taking it out. So as I'm taking it out, we got Daniel over here jacking it up. So when you remove the motor, you can't just pull it straight out. You kind of have to lift up on the motor and pull it out, lift up, pull it out. It has to go at an angle so it's clean. Because remember, the transmission is still attached to it. So it's not just the motor, there's a whole transmission also that needs to come out. We have a couple things working against us. We have the transmission that's connected, we have the weight of the motor, we're on a decline because we're in the driveway, and the wheels, you know, and everything like that is a little bit rusty, so there is some friction. So what I'm trying to do is just kind of nudge little by little by little, and pulling it up the incline of the driveway, and at the same time have it be controlled. Daniel found that there was only one, I believe it was a harness, wire harness, a clip that just needed to get unclipped. Very simple, you know. But as we're able to pull the motor out, more things got exposed, which is a good thing. That's why I said you don't just rip it out. You don't just use brute force. He found that, unclipped it. Now, right now, we're just kind of, you know, taking a little breather, figuring out the correct angle in which we have to pull it out at. Another thing is, if you see at the bottom of the wheels, we have those boards, okay? And that is so it doesn't roll back down. So as we're pulling up, you know what I mean, using the weight of the motor, the decline of the driveway working against us, we also have to have the right angle to pull the motor out, have to move the boards at the bottom, and make sure nothing underneath the hood and the engine bay is being damaged. A lot of people remove motors, you know what I mean? And truthfully, you can remove it just over, you know what I mean, an afternoon. You do have to be careful, because damaging anything is either gonna be a new part, it's gonna be expensive, or it can cause a bigger headache in the long run if you don't take your time to pay attention and be very particular the first time around. So now we got the motor, the biggest part of the motor up and out. So we see the motor that's exposed. Now, getting it out, there you see the transmission is also attached. Also remember this, because of physics, all the weight is on the motor side. So if you pay attention, you can see that I continue to either hold the jack I either keep my foot on it or keep my hands on it because it wants to lift up. The motor is weighing it down, and the whole harness itself wants to lift up. See the cute little chair? Yeah. You know, we use that to take a break. As long as there's somewhere to sit, we sitting. We don't care if we look like we're in grade school. All right, right here, telling Mindy to come around just to get the other angle so you guys can, you know, get a little bit better view. But there's that wire harness I was talking about that heat attached. Got it, looks clear. Everything underneath is clear. Good to go. It should come out pretty smooth. The biggest part of the motor has cleared. Now, it was leaking some fluid, but the fluid wasn't anything bad. So what Daniel was tripping out on is, usually for antifreeze, it could be green or red or whatever. It was clear. So some of the fluids that is dripping out, it was literally just water. We got it out, angling it, and everything's good. And then the wheel at the bottom falls into a little crack in the crease of the driveway. Right here. Now it's stuck. We can't get it out. So just a little bit of force, a little help, and we'll pop it right out. Good to go. Job done. Now look at where I'm at. Look at the wheels. It keeps wanting to pop up and tip over. Simple solution, because that's the last thing we want, is to remove the motor and then all of a sudden have it just tip over. Wanted him to get some rotors to weigh it down. So he's gonna put it, see that? It just keeps bouncing up. So he's gonna put a couple rotors down. It's now in the garage on flat ground, but it's just the weight of it. We're pretty much good to go. Show my muscles. I did it! And everybody played their part. Now we're to the point to where we gotta remove the transmission. Daniel did a damn good job. All right, got the transmission separated from the motor. Ew! You know what I'm saying? Would have been done a long time ago, but I was taking phone calls and I'm going through some stuff. Nah, my fault. So now what we're gonna do is, actually, what do you want to do? So you want to take that off? What's your plans?
On the stand.
Okay, so get this on the stand. Without saying too much, because a lot of people don't want to, you know what I mean, tell the blueprint or what their plans are. But what's your plans with the motor and then with this car? You try to, is it going to be a street car, a drift car?
Full race.
Stick full race. How much horsepower? Then, hey, he said 320. Damn, no. Yeah, so he's going full race car. All right. And he's doing all this. And this is his first time ever removing a motor. Looks like he did a good job. Hey, Mexicans can do anything. It's crazy, right? You know what I mean? He's a Mexican. He ain't a Mexican. See that right there? He did all that too. He keeps his cars clean. We'll get back with y'all and then we'll get this knocked out. Yeah. So we got everything off. And you know, it usually goes to where when you're working on something, everything's going smooth except for that last bolt, last piece, or last nut. So far, everything's been cool, man. No problems. But so now I need to see if that pops off or if it's rusted on. Boom. There it goes. And yes, I know, for all you guys seeing this right now, I will keep you guys posted on his build. Because he said he's going to build a badass race car. So for him, and for us to see, it's a nice little documentary. You know what I mean? To see the car go from here, the before. And if it takes a year or longer, a couple months, it is what it is. You can't rush things like this. Now we're gonna put it on the rack, and we should be good for the day, right? Unless you want to do something else. You straight? Pretty much you just want to get it on there, right?
Yeah, for now.
All right, we're continuing on. All right, so look, it looks like we spoke, or I spoke too soon. So got the stand, everything's good. Got everything, you know what I'm saying, bolted in, not tightened because we have to adjust it. But those get screwed in to this. You know what I mean? If we could pick a hole Only problem is bolts are sold separately. So you're gonna have to go back to the store, get some bolts that are long enough and thick enough to just hold this, you know what I mean, 2JZ GTE motor. But did good for the day. Couple bolts, it's all good. But yeah, I'm bleeding. Look, there's some blood on my finger right there. Some blood right there. Ow! Ew. All right, pretty much done. So thank you guys for tuning in. Like I always say, if you haven't done so yet, please like and subscribe and add me at Import Life Media. All right, until next time.